Hi everyone, it's time for the video of the week. There are no unexpected cameos this week, no guest appearances as far as I'm aware. No, I don't think there is anything. Not for the lack of someone trying to come up with a reason to burst in, but that's not happening. Which is a good job really, because I have a lot of posts this week. I did say last week there was some stuff that I was looking forward to showing again, and it's been a bumper week. So we'll start with this one, an older title, Conan the Barbarian, the 3D Blu-ray. I heard the Not a Bomb podcast guys discussing this in recent weeks. It was a good conversation. It reminded me of how grisly this one is, how much fun it is. Jason Momoa is really good in the main role. Rose McGowan's a lot of fun. Rachel Nichols is someone I always like. And I thought, you know what, I bet I can find the 3D Blu-ray of this quite cheap. And I did. This cost me about £3.50. I don't know when I'll be able to make time for a rewatch of it, but I'm happy that I have it. And when I do rewatch it, I will see it in 3D, because I believe when I first watched this, I think I reviewed this for Flick Feast and it was a screener disc. So yeah, I just saw it in the basic version. The Not a Bomb podcast episode on this is really good. I'll post a link below, and yeah, you should definitely check those guys out. But this is a fun film and it was cheap, so I picked it up. It goes with the Conan Chronicles and Red Sonja, and you know, those are now a little selection of Conan core. I don't know. Indicator delivered, and I am familiar with none of these titles, but they all seem to be at the same standard that Indicator usually sort of work at. So here we go. The Whole Truth. That looks like a fun one. The Shop at the Corner, I believe that is. Yeah, the Shop at Sly Corner, sorry. Obsession, which I've already seen one or two people in Facebook groups praise this one, say it's a really good film, so I might bump that up the pile. And Tomorrow We Live. So yeah, they're all of a certain period. I can't recall if they're all from the same person. Directed by George King, directed by Edward Dmytryk, produced and directed by George King. And The Whole Truth, I can't see that one. I don't have my reading glasses on, apologies. But there seemed to be a slight thematic connection or personnel connection between a couple of them anyway. And next, got a friend of mine on Instagram who is about as much of a collector as I am, perhaps even more so. And he was getting rid of one or two titles, and I could not help but pick up this, because I have been wanting this for some time. And this is the Nova, or is it Nova Media release? Probably the best way you can get this at the moment, certainly in the UK. I mean, this is just a thing of beauty. There's a steelbook there. Some hot dog fingers at the back. It's just, I mean, it is just ridiculously gorgeous. There's a nice little book in there and everything. This is one that's, I've been wanting this film for some time, and when I saw that Kai was selling this, I figured that's the best way I can get that film, and that looks to be the best presentation of the film in terms of I'm sure how it's treated and the extras you get around there, the accoutrements, which are just all beautiful and in line with the film. So yeah, delighted that I finally got that, and that is a real treat to me. Another one I bought from someone in a group who was selling some things is new to me. It is the Bounty Hunter trilogy, and that is a Radiance Films release. So there's stuff on here in terms of extra features. There are a few, but these films are all new to me. Killer's Mission, The Fort of Death, 8 Men to Kill. I can't even recall which one is the first in the series. I apologise. But they look pretty good, and I'll be sure to get to them hopefully sometime soon, because I mean, I was certainly intrigued enough to give it a blind buy from someone who was selling them online. So yeah, Radiance Films are doing some really interesting work. Their world noir sets are great, and they've got individual titles that people are really happy to see getting good treatment and a good release. So the last one I got from them was the Shinobi trilogy, and that's a fun time. So yeah, I try to resist, but sometimes it's too good. And if people are selling stuff with a fairly good deal, I'll sometimes cave in. I received my Severin set, so is it dotted about somewhere? Somewhere about is a snow globe that is the end of Della Morte Della Mori. I got that, I caved in. Oh, sorry. It's here actually. There you go. Destiny. And you can see the characters there. It's lovely. And it arrived in one piece. And I am over the moon with that. That came with this. The Game of Clones. The box set that's Bruceploitation, and also features the documentary Enter the Clones of Bruce. It comes obviously with loads of extras on each disc, and if you order direct from Severin, there is an extra disc there with 2 films that I will not remember off the top of my head, and I don't want to open the envelope and open it again. One of them I think is The Big Boss Part 2. The other one might be, is it something like Yellow Tiger, Black Dragon, or Black Tiger, Yellow Dragon? Something like that, that has, yeah, connotations of being a dodgy Bruceploitation movie. So the book's nice as well, but I made time at the weekend to watch Enter the Clones of Bruce, and I've got to say, for that alone, like, this is superb, and it's got me really keen to check these out. The stories from the people who gained some fame and earnings from taking on the role of a Bruce Lee, you know, clone. They're just wonderful. They view it in different ways, looking back on their experiences, but they all have interesting stories to tell, and it's fascinating to see how this industry was churning films out. If you're a fan of Bruce Lee, and I have the Arrow Bruce Lee set, which is beautiful as well, like, this is a really good addition. I know it may not seem like a natural partner because it's Bruceploitation, but just to see how they kept trying to make more and more money off this legendary figure. I mean, I'll be honest, when I first watched Game of Death, I was young. I didn't realise Bruce Lee had been, you know, switched out in that film. You watch it now and it's quite obvious that it's not Bruce Lee for most of that film. They had, I think they say 15-20 minutes of footage, but you know, that's kind of the start of it, and that's still an official Bruce Lee film, and it's in the proper Bruce Lee box set. So it's a great journey. It makes you want to immediately watch all the other films that are featured, and I think I will be trying to as soon as I can. Last but not least, this arrived today. I've got a story about this one. So this is the Flesh and Blood show, the Pete Walker, the horror films of Pete Walker. Sadly lacking the House of Long Shadows, which was his last film, but Die Screaming Marianne is superb. The Flesh and Blood show itself is one I haven't seen, and it has some Anaglyph 3D glasses in there for a couple of 3D scenes. House of Whipcord is superb. Frightmare and House of Mortal Sin, both great. Schizo is the other one I haven't seen, and The Comeback is a lot of fun. So you've got these I've sometimes switched the artwork. I've sometimes kept the original artwork. You got to keep the original artwork for Frightmare. Oh, I mean, Schizo's a little bit naughty with the artwork, so I'll just go to the comeback. What happened though was I had the Anchor Bay coffin set for the Pete Walker collection, and this was announced by 88 Films. I was very excited. I thought someone else should benefit from that, so I gave it away. I think I gave it away as part of a prize package on here. Gave it as a gift or a prize. And then 88 Films started to delay this Pete Walker collection. So I panicked. Now, I pre-ordered 2 from Amazon and eventually 1 from 88 Films when it was fully announced again, and they changed the price back to normal, because every time something is announced far ahead on the 88 Films website, the price is something like £888.88. I'm not paying that for it. But so I did that because I had FOMO. And I'd already given away my Anchor Bay set. So I was like, I can't do without these films. I'm a big fan of Pete Walker, and I knew this was going to be a great set. Bizarrely, the 2 sets that I ordered from Amazon both arrived today. The set from 88 Films, I don't know if it's in transit yet. I've had an email with a shipping number, and then you put the shipping number into Royal Mail, and that says we'll give you more information when we attempt delivery. So maybe it is with Royal Mail already. Maybe it's just been picked up, today, and will be with me by the end of the week. But it's just a reminder, I get frustrated by 88 Films. Maybe it's unfair because I'm a fairly casual sort of once in a blue moon buyer of their products now anyway, and if I was a better, more loyal customer, maybe this wouldn't happen. But it kind of sucks that you pre-order directly from them and can't get their product sooner than the same items that you've ordered from Amazon. That's not the way it should be. I had the same problem with Arrow, when that would happen with Arrow, and it's just, I think if you're supporting a company directly, they should in turn hopefully prioritize you ahead of the major stockists that they're working with. I know it's difficult because Amazon have a monopoly and they often control terms and affect pricing, and just they'll do whatever they can to muscle in on the market and cut at the margins. But yeah, it's a shame that I couldn't receive my set from them directly by today, but I've got the 2 from Amazon. So I'm happy. I no longer have the fear of missing out. The other 2 will be going straight to new homes. And yeah, I look forward to checking out Schizo and the Flesh and Blood show itself. That will be really good. And if you haven't checked out the films of Pete Walker, I really, really, really recommend them. Please do so. If you can pick up this set at a decent price, then it's highly recommended. That's it for this week. I'm going to go now before anyone does burst through the door and try and sing anything this week. And we shall see. It'll probably be much more low-key next week. I'm not expecting anything else through the post. This is like my 6 monthly budget. Okay, take care. Bye.